Das wird er uns jetzt erzählen und ich bitte doch nochmal um einen großen Applaus. Put your hands together for Mr. Rick Astley. Welcome back on stage. Can I offer you something to drink, water, beer?
I'd like one of those funny little drinks that I have on stage before.
I don't want that.
Alright.
You're good? Okay. Rick, thank you so much for an amazing concert.
Thank you.
I can't believe how much energy, how much sense of humor, how much entertainment you have on stage. I'm really glad I can say I experienced Rick Astley with band tonight. How does it feel to be on stage in Switzerland and performing your songs, some soul songs, some new songs? How does it feel?
It feels bloody good, to be honest. You know, I did say on stage that I do this because I get paid to do it, but I also do it because I actually enjoy doing it. I've had a very, I think I've had a very lucky life, a very fortunate life, and yeah, I kind of really enjoy singing properly again, you know, on stages around the world, and yeah, it's good fun. But it was a really great crowd tonight, so it was good fun. Yeah.
Did you ever think when you were younger, like at the age of 23, that you will be performing at the Retro Festival? I mean, you're still a young guy, right?
No, no. I thought to be honest, I retired when I was 27. I kind of quit, and I was never gonna. You know, never really going to perform again, to be honest. And then about 7, maybe 8 years ago, I got an offer to go to Japan to do some concerts, and my wife and my daughter made me go. So that's how I started singing again. So.
How many times does it happen? Well, it happens to me. Of course, you're not sitting next to me in my car, but how many times does it happen? You're driving, you're listening to the radio, and then suddenly your song pops up?
Never.
Never?
Just never happens. Never. People say to me things like, oh, I heard the song today, heard it last week, heard it the other day, I was in America, I heard it then, you know. Me, never. Never hear it. Never.
Are you still have friends, or are you still in contact with people that were at the same time that you were famous at the time? Is there any connection today?
Yeah, some of the guys, but to be honest, a lot of the people that I met in the 80s, I kind of see quite a lot of them now, because some of the big shows that we do together in summer and what have you around Europe or wherever, where they get, you know, a lot of different artists from the 80s. So, and the ones that I really enjoy are where we have to go a long distance, because it means that we all have to stay in a hotel, and we all have to drink red wine, we all have to get in the jacuzzi. I am sick to death of getting in the jacuzzi with Kim Wilde. I am sick to death of it. Sick to death of it. But someone's got to do it, you know what I mean?
How can you describe that there was a sudden revival? You think the time when you released your songs, that there was such a certain magic in writing songs, producing songs? I mean, you're part of a huge industry, and your producer, Stockgate and Waterman, they produced a hell of a lot of hits.
Yeah.
How did they discover you, or you them? Like, was there like today, of course we have all these casting shows, and you go there and maybe somebody discovers you, but how did they know about Rick Astley?
I was singing in a band with some friends, like kind of from school days almost, really, and you know, we did it because we just love to do it, and that's where everybody starts in music, I think. And I met Pete Waterman because he came to a showcase where I was singing in a band with some other bands as well, and that was that, really. So. But I think the whole thing has changed a little bit because we now see it on TV. You know, you've got the X Factor and whatever it is on TV. But I don't think it's that different. I just think they televise it now. I think the process is kind of the same. Do you know what I mean? Where they'd actually audition people and get people to sing songs and see what they could do. You know. So.
Would you nowadays go to shows like this to hope that they discover a great singer like you are?
If I was 15, maybe. But to be honest, I think the world is a lot harder today than it was when I had my hits. I think the music business is a hell of a lot harder, and I just think the world in general, absolutely everything everybody does, we all photograph it, we film it, it's on the internet, it's on Facebook, it's this, that and the other. I'm bored to death of it, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of, you know what I mean, it's just, it's way too much, I think. I mean, on the one hand it's fantastic, because you know, you can take a great photograph, you know, of the lake outside or what have you, and it's like, and everybody can see what you're doing. But on the other hand, I think for music artists, it's 50% good, 50% bad. I think it's really tough. I think for some of the younger people who are coming through now. You know, I think it's because absolutely everything they do, there's no privacy anymore. Everything that they do is public. Do you know what I mean? So, because I used to just sleep around and take drugs and get drunk, and nobody ever knew. Whereas now you can't do that. So, you know.
So when you came with your car to Switzerland,
oh, yeah.
Because you're afraid of flying, or you just like driving?
I don't like flying, no. So if it's in Europe, I drive, and if it's somewhere else, then I fly.
So you came, where did you come from before Lucerne?
We actually went to Amsterdam, because my daughter is in Amsterdam for 2 weeks, so we went up there and had dinner, and then drove to Lucerne.
Where are you heading off next after Lucerne?
I'm not telling you.
Okay. When you drive in your car, what music does Rick Astley listen to? What do you think is cool nowadays? You know.
It's a tough one. I think again that's because of the internet. We all listen to all kinds of different music. Nobody listens to just two things anymore. You listen to everything. And I think I'm pretty much the same, you know, it's kind of, you just stick your iPod on random and off it goes, you know, so I'll
said, we're up all night to get lucky, we're up all night to get lucky. Great song, man.
I wish I'd written it, but there you go, yeah.
Talking about music, I mean, I think you are, of course you're famous with pop music, but you're a soul man, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Is there ever going to be a really soulful album with a big orchestra and
Probably not, no. Probably not, no. No, but you know, like I said, I actually enjoy singing songs. I think, you know, in my heart, I think I've always enjoyed being on stage and performing songs and just, you know, messing around with music. So, like I said, even though I get paid to do this, I kind of try to enjoy it as well, because there's just no point going up there and just doing it by the numbers, do you know what I mean? You just got to enjoy it. So I throw a few songs in sometimes, and then we get bored of the song, so we find something else and then we sing that.
So you were talking about your new songs, so do you still plan to write new songs? Do you have like friends or a team of songwriters that sit with you and you think, well, how is Rick Astley going to sound 2014 when you release your new album?
I haven't done that for a while, no. I kind of wrote a bunch of songs last year, and I've kind of made a record, but to be honest, I'm still not sure whether to actually release it, because I did it for me, really, and you know, I kind of, whatever. But to be honest, I think that everything is so different today in terms of, if you've got a record deal and you're an old guy like me, then the truth of the matter is, you've really got a record company to really desperately want to do it. And if they don't desperately want to do it, you may as well not do it. So that's just the honest truth.
One last question before we let you go to your great band. What was the most exciting experience that you just pops up in your mind when you say, in my musical career, that was the best and emotional moment I had? What was that?
It was the first time I got in the jacuzzi with Kim Wilde.
Okay, but then what was the worst moment? But don't tell me it was Kim Wilde.
To be honest, it was the last time I got in the jacuzzi with Kim Wilde.
Okay, well, Rick, thank you on behalf of the Hotel of the Fans.
Thank you.
Great pleasure to have you.
My pleasure.
Put your hands together, Mr. Rick Astley! Take a picture.
Arrête-le, hein.